I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I am talking about a topic that has been on my list for a while. And I keep telling my clients every time it comes up in coaching that I am going to be recording an episode on this soon. And it's finally here. It's finally happening. So today we are going to be talking about faking success. And I had a little concern about calling it that because I don't want anybody to feel like judged or like attacked by this topic, but I think it was really the best way to describe what I'm talking about. And how I think about faking success is this pressure that we feel to appear more successful than we actually are in that moment. So how this comes out for my clients a lot of the time is they feel like they can't work with clients who make more money than them, like regardless even sometimes of what their industry is that they're in. They feel like they can't make less money than the people who work with them. I think it's also people who feel like no one's gonna hire me unless I'm more successful. I think also like that we can really see this go to extremes. I think with my clients, it's a bit more of a people-pleasing type thing, an image type thing, like, am I going to be judged? That's typically what I see with my clients. And then what I see like out in the online business industry in general is like when you think about the people who are posing with the private jets and the Lamborghinis and all the things, and maybe that's not the full story of their business. I think a lot of times these are people who are trying to come off as more successful than they really are. So this can look a lot of different ways, but for this episode, I'm not going to be attacking the people who are not listening to this episode. That's like, it's just not worth it, I don't think, to like go into this deep dive of fakers on the internet. What I really want to talk about, what I really think is going to serve you, is to talk about the pressure you might feel to appear more successful than you are. And I think why this is really a problem is because of how it impacts the way that you show up in your business. So here's why I think that this is so harmful. Like when you have this pressure to appear more successful, I think that you are seeding a belief in your mind that who you are right now and where you are right now isn't good enough. Specifically, it isn't good enough to help someone. Because I think that this is the most powerful thought that any of you can have in your business is who I am right now is good enough to help someone. I think especially when you're first starting out, or if you're just in one of those times where you're feeling really discouraged, this is such a powerful thought to help you shift from feeling really terrible about yourself and focus on how you can serve, how you can help, because that is really how you make money, helping other people. This is going to be kind of an aside, but you know how I can be on these episodes. So thinking about even the business people that maybe you don't like I feel like people love to hate on Jeff Bazos, which I don't know. I feel like everybody's got some positive and some negative, right? But here's what I see when I look at him, or like when I look at Walmart, right? Like companies and people, entrepreneurs that people really love to hate on. These are people who are giving a lot of people what they want. Yeah, we may hate on Amazon, but you know what? We're really loving that 2-day shipping. We're loving that Prime. And I think that's really like the two sides of it, right? You may think, oh, this person is bad, this person's evil, but they have given a lot of people what they want. They have brought a lot of value into the world. Now, doesn't mean that they're perfect. Doesn't even mean they're a good person, right? But when you look at people who have made a lot of money, this is what you're going to find, that they have, for the most part, I don't really know examples where this isn't true, but I don't know everything. But for the most part, what you're going to see is that these are people who have helped a lot of people get the thing that they want. And so when you think about your business, when you think about what would cause you to make money or not make money, this is really what it comes down to, is how many people are you helping to get what they want, whatever that might be related to your particular niche, your particular type of business. So when you have a thought that who you are right now isn't good enough to help somebody, how many dollars do you think you're going to be making? Not very many. So this is why I think that this can be such a big problem when you are faking success, or when you're feeling the pressure to fake success. It's coming from this judgment about where you are right now. This is you really trying to control how you are seen by other people versus really loving who you are, where you are, what's going on for you right now, and letting people see that. Now, it doesn't mean your life has to be perfect, but I think for all of you, there's things that you can love about who you are right now and where you are in your business right now. And then you can let people see that. And I want you to think about this. You can think where you are right now and who you are right now isn't good enough. And you can try to fake success. You can try to look like you're more successful online than you really are. Or you can love who you are. You can love where you are, and you can let people see that. I want you to think about those two different ways of being and think about which one has a more confident vibe to the person who's observing them. Even if one looks more successful, one is going to come off so much more real, so much more authentic and confident, and people will hire that person way more than the person who's fake. Even if the audience is not consciously like, this person is faking success. Like, there's some people who will say that about anybody who's successful or not, right? There's some people who are just like online haters who think everybody's fake. So it's not necessarily that your audience is going to be like, you're fake. It's more that your stuff just isn't going to resonate with them on that deep emotional level. They're just not going to be like, oh my gosh, yes. Like they're not going to have that like emotional response where they're like, I have to work with this person. They are so much more likely to have that kind of response when you are genuine, when you are like actually yourself, when you have this vibe of just being comfortable in your own skin, comfortable where you are, grateful for what you have. Like that is so confident. It's so attractive to other people, even if they don't necessarily know why. So I want you to really be thinking about that, really be thinking about how can I fall more in love with me and where I am right now, and let people see that versus trying to like curate and control how I'm seen and like overthinking how I'm coming across. Here's what I think is also going to be really helpful for you to think about as well. If you're falling into this trap of feeling the pressure to fake success, fake more success than you currently have, I want you to think about what you are afraid your clients or audience or other people might think about you, might judge about you. I want you to think about what are those things, like what are the thoughts that they are going to have? What are the things that they're not going to like? And then I want you to look at all of those and realize like these are thoughts that you have. these actually aren't their thoughts. Not to say that these wouldn't be their thoughts if you asked or if you showed up in the world. But right now, these thoughts are your thoughts because they came from your own brain. Anything that you think somebody else might think about you, that came from your own brain. And so even if it is not like a thought that you really think is yours or is like maybe your predominant thought, it's there in your mind. And I think it's worth looking at. Like if you think that somebody is going to think that person isn't successful enough to help me, then you really need to explore where that's coming from, what that's all about. I think that will serve you so much to recognize like all the things that I think, they're going to judge, are thoughts that I have, first of all, and I need to look at that and figure that out. And one of the ways that you can do that, specifically around the where I am now isn't good enough to help someone, is to think about this. Why do you believe that you can help? So instead of spending a lot of time being like, oh no, why don't I think that I'm good enough? I want you to just look for, why do I think I'm good enough? What is already in there? And for all of you, you picked your business for a reason. You believed that you could help somebody with this thing. There's a reason that you thought you could do this. And so you need to dig in your mind and figure out, what was that? What were those reasons? Why do I think that I can help somebody? And then I want you to lean into those things. And I want you to let those things be your credentials more than the success that you have created in your business. I was telling a client when I was coaching her on this the other day, I was telling her, I think I had 3 clients hit 100K in their business before I did. Seriously. And in the moment, like I did have this twinge of like, I wish I did it first. But the main thought that I had was really like, wow, I think this just shows what a good coach I am. Because I think, especially when it comes to coaching, what's so much more important than your own accomplishments is your clients' accomplishments, like what your clients are doing. And for me, I just feel like that's so much more a indicator of if I can help you than if I've done it myself. There's a lot of coaches out there who teach that you shouldn't coach somebody on something that you haven't done yourself. And I just think that's ridiculous. I think that that is not how the world works. Like I had a male OB with my 3rd child. Like, should I have been like, sorry, you haven't given birth. You are not qualified. Of course not. That's dumb. Like think of all the like financial planners who help multimillionaires who are not multimillionaires themselves. Like in every industry, you will find examples of people helping and serving people who make more than them or have done things that they haven't done. That's okay, right? Like that's totally fine. So I don't want you to be using that against yourself. I think sometimes there's like teachings or norms in the online business world that we can use against ourselves. And so I just want to encourage you to not. Like if there's a teaching that doesn't feel good to you, that has you playing small, holding back, shrinking, not showing up, overthinking, maybe this teaching is not serving you, right? And you have permission to see that and to throw that out and to lean into the thing that is going to get you showing up, being seen, making big moves, taking risks, all the things that are going to create the success that you want in your business. So I'm going to leave you with this. Who you are right now is good enough to help someone. And there's so much to be proud of about what you have already accomplished. All right, I will talk to you all next time. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, Mama to CEO. There's you, And there's the consistent income you want to make in your business, and I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to mamatoceo.com, mamatoceo.com.